from Korea just now as well. Like, I was like 10:30 a.m. when my flight was like 10:30 a.m. So like,
Yeah.
I wake up at like 6 a.m., which is like 10 p.m. in England, right? It's like, it's like,
Yeah.
it's just awful. And then I'm like, well, it's just like the most awful time to fly. I hate that sort of flight. You like flying through the day of
Yeah.
where you are. That sucks.
Wait, what time you say was your flight again?
Like 10:30 a.m. or something.
Actually, like early flights more than.
Yeah. See, I
Yeah.
just feel like 10:30 a.m. is like a weird spot where it's like, I get like,
Not too early. Yeah.
it's like not too early where I can like stay up all night, but it's like I get like a decent amount of sleep, and then I go to the airport, and it's like it feels like I'm on the flight all day. I kind of prefer.
Yeah.
I kind of prefer like if I have to wake up like say I have to wake up like 4 or 5 a.m. or something, then it's like cool. I'm tired for a bit of a sleep or something.
Oh yeah. Those are my favorite flights. Actually, the earliest the possible.
Yeah.
Those
No,
are my favorite.
it's when I fly from home, I usually like get the 6 a.m. flight to London or something. So I have to wake up like 3, 4 a.m. and then like I fly to London. I wait a couple hours, then I fly where I'm going, and by then I'm like really tired. So like my longer flights, I usually like sleep the first little bit, and then I can just adjust. It's a good one.
Super.
Yeah.
Well, it's also if you don't really have anything to do, where you're going is not that bad to be jet lag. But
Yeah, of course.
for me, because I have
you have to play a tournament, right? So the better.
So I can, yeah.
Makes sense. All right.
Like if you use touring or whatever, it's not ideal, but it's not that terrible.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
anyways,
we have the same opening by Snute.
Yep, pool first, so nothing actually changes from game 1 to the rehost.
Well,
yeah, kind of.
What if TaeJa watched the match history and now he's
TaeJa's been watching the stream and he's like, oh, I know what you're doing. Yeah, that'd be the mind game. Students like, TaeJa's not going to watch me play Creed. TaeJa's like, yes, I am. Tell you what, by the way, ASUS ROG is like the kind of tournament that TaeJa used to win. Like $10,000 first place prize. Like,
oh yeah.
That is just like TaeJa's kind of tournament. Like, he never won these like super big premier events. He just won DreamHack after DreamHack for 10k at a time. Like,
that's true. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I guess it's not great not winning GSL, but at the same time, I mean, you're picking up 10k every time you fly somewhere. It's also not so bad.
Yeah, that's true. So what are we gonna have? What do you think TaeJa's gonna play? I'm pretty sure he's gonna play bio.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like TaeJa is such a strong bio player, but I haven't honestly ever seen TaeJa. I haven't really seen TaeJa's games for a long time. I'm trying to think when maybe like versus Serral at Home Story Cup 18, so not the last one, but the one before. I feel like that was the last time I saw TaeJa's games, because since then he didn't really play much. He didn't qualify for last season of GSL or anything. So
yeah,
I really feel like he was playing very strong bio back then as well, like very impressive into the late game too. So
he does the Reaper.
Oh,
you give him no praise for he does the Reaper.
Oh yeah. I wasn't even watching as well. I was just watching his starport fly around. I just like to point out the best in the players. So I know when they're gonna lose the Reaper. I stay away. We'll say it's something like that. He's gonna start a cloak as well in front of this Overlord, by the way. So
a fake, yeah. Was like that. You can still go Banshee after breaking. It's perfectly fine. But
Banshee's one of those things where it's like you can still get value out of a Banshee even if it's being scouted, right?
Yeah. Compared to run by 2 cards, I get cool.
Yeah, that doesn't go so well.
Not very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's making 10 more links, so I think he's gonna try to do a cheeky run by.
So trying.
He's actually making a bad trip and snip back off grid.
Yeah, so very quick bio actually, getting this set up, and next on the agenda should be like third command center as well, right? Get that going sometime soon. Get that nice strong economy rolling. It's very tough to play bio just off of 2 bases against Zerg.
Wait, what's going on? Why is there... Yeah, it's there, it's awfully fast. I've never noticed there, sorry. The second gas that he made the national. Confused. Maybe he's gonna try to play Limbo with speed?
Maybe.
I really don't know.
Yeah, it seems like a more aggressive build with that faster lair almost, right? So...
Well, the lair is for the Cloak Banshee, right? He's got it right, but the second gas seems quite quick, unless I'm missing something here.
Oh, okay. Okay, very interesting then.
Yeah.
Okay, kind of intrigued to see what comes out of that then in the next few moments. Meanwhile, though, I mean, TaeJa, it's like the super kind of go-to bio opening, right? Like, if you open with Cloak Banshees, then, you know, you get the couple barracks now. Third CC is about to finish. Engineering base drop. Very, very typical sort of setup from TaeJa. Snute goes Pneumatized Carapace. Is that what the extra gas was for? I mean,
No, because it's still too much.
he still has a lot in the bank. Is he just going for like a really fast? No, it's just Bane speed. Okay.
Yes, I really think it might be a pasta, but I'm not sure. I don't know what's going on with him.
I mean, we had a bit of confusion about Snute's choices in the games the other day that we casted in the European server qualifier as well, right? So it's not.
Well, it's also because it's not mechanical enough. Maybe he just makes it faster for making it faster instead of making like double gas. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, there could be a lot of subtleties involved. Well, he is just going mass drones at the moment, so it doesn't look like it's going to turn out to be anything aggressive. He did just lose 9 drones as well, though, that said, so a combination of Banshees and the cars running around.
And TaeJa is playing direct mine. There's no tank. So I guess he knows Snute likes to play either not Hydra, either Limb Bane or Limb Bane Muta, so normally that's the choice. If you know your opponent like that, that's normally how you play. Mine first.
Yeah, being able to bypass that tank, but there is a Hydra Den going down, as well as a pretty quick infestation pit considering that he's going into a Hydra Den. Or is that something you think is...
Oh, this is way too fast.
Yeah.
I don't know what. Like, he's not he's even making it before his armor upgrade.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right, actually, yeah, his Carapace only just finished. So it's almost like, I would imagine this sort of timing of infestation pit, maybe if he skipped the Hydra Den, and then he just goes like in towards faster ultras or something.
Yeah.
But this is like Hydrogen and the Infestation Pit, so I'm very intrigued as to what the plan is. He does get Burrow. I'm a fan of that. We saw him doing some very cool Burrow play with Banelings the other day, so that's something that I can definitely get behind.
Like, mines are not that terrible against mines. Like, it's definitely playable. Your first push is just weaker. You don't have the 2 tank, whatever, you're not 2 tank and 16 range.
So this sort of timing right now, well, first 2 Widow Mines don't do anything at all. They get blown up. And TaeJa just has to lift up and get out of there. So Snute shuts that down pretty easily so far.
Yeah. Not looking bad for him. He's probably gonna try to run by. I don't know if I like it.
Yeah, these Marines on the low ground are pretty well split as well. I feel like TaeJa was quite happy with that. He picked up quite a lot of Banelings there, so not bad at all. I think TaeJa, I mean, Marines are so very replaceable, right? And to kill off a bunch of Banes, it slows down over tech if Snute has to then replace more Banelings.
You don't really want to lose Marines, especially in the early game. Because the way Terran pushes actually work is like, they snowball if you retain your first army. Like your first 200 push is the
is
fastest.
That much stronger and faster?
Yeah, if you retain army.
But do you think
so lose even if you trade for Bailey, well, it's a really good trade, it's not worth it, yeah.
Okay. Very, very cool to hear. See this Viking gonna get shut down. In that case, maybe TaeJa not so happy with how that went, as you see him just saving his units and getting out of there. So he's just pulling back into waiting for a larger army. Snute's getting all the Hydra upgrades. Hasn't got Hydras yet, but obviously will go into them. Now his Hive on the way up as well. It took a little while to really start that Hive. Again, just almost like he's trying to do too much at once. And again, it just kind of comes in with that idea that maybe the Infestation Pit was just a little bit too quick.
It's border Bailey, man. It's border Bailey.
Yeah, they are in like the
it's
prime position.
Too.
Oh my god.
It's double trap. Oh my god.
Well, I mean, now you just lost like, this was like pretty much all the Marines that just went down. There's like 1 Widow Mine left, and Snute's just gonna run in, clean up everything else.
The Overseer also damaged their own Marines, and now the Limb Bane is gonna come in and crash into the SCVs, kill the rest of the Marines.
There is actually like nothing left, by the way. Like, TaeJa has just no units. Yeah. His army supply is not pretty right now, as you're going to be seeing a few Banes showing up. He's got, by the way, he's got burrowed Banes all over the place right now. So he's got some in the middle line. Yeah, and some on this ramp as well. So really sets up well for later. And oh my god, these SCVs are coming back.
Man.
Oh, they're kind of
going.
Oh no! Actually,
he got greedy, man.
9.
He should have just detonated all of them, but he got greedy.
Yeah.
He did like 1 or 2.
There's some Banelings up on this ramp as well, and he does detonate those. The Snute goes running up. Lings starting to surround this bio, and Snute again just looking to keep TaeJa on the back foot. If he can clean up this bio, he can get into the third base and clean out even more SCVs, but oh, it's going to be close. I mean, reinforcements coming in. A couple of Widow Mines not burrowing up just yet. Man, Snute's so good. He's splitting his Lings away one at a time to get those Widow Mines, and that is going to be too much. Snute's going to grab game number 1. Wow. That was a...
It was a
Not enough. Oh yeah, he just keeps yelling. I love it. All right, game number 2. Kicking off on Acropolis. I mean, Snoot's got to look at this and be like, cool. Like, please let me keep playing Acropolis. I'm totally a fan of this.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Hmm.
This is crazy to me. I think this will be like Monster's first ban, but
Yeah.
not TaeJa or Creed, I guess.
Yeah.
But let's see if they share something in common, losing the game.
They're just like, we're dealing with a special breed of Terrans today, where they're just like, Acropolis sounds good.
Yeah.
Get me in there. No, everyone else is like just looking at like all the European towns are looking at each other like, what are these guys on? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this time obviously Snute goes hatchery first just to get started. So Snute went pool first in the last game, but only 2 lings. Is that just a precaution against proxy racks, or is there something else to that?
Yeah. I guess the 3 racks Reaper. Remember, we watched Thermal kill him.
Yep.
It's good against that as well.
Yeah, it's just
But
good
yeah,
against
most
early
racks.
aggression.
Because your speed is faster, so it's
Yeah.
easier to defend stuff like that.
So yeah, just a bit of precaution from Snute in the first game. I mean, this is such a large map, though. I think you can be. I don't even know how you would proxy racks on Acropolis. Like, it's just so big. I don't even know where you'd put the racks or anything. Like, it just doesn't.
Proxy racks, you could put them here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or you could proxy Reaper here. Not bad.
Proxy Reaper there. But then you
Yeah.
only have like 1 jump up location for the Reapers. It's not great, right?
I mean, like the TYBS. I don't know if you watched TYBS era. It was like proxy 1 Reaper.
What was it? Was that the grand
what?
finals?
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to see them yet.
So yeah. Well, I just spoiled it. That's what
It's okay. I'll forgive you.
happened.
Man, it really sucked.
Yeah.
Like, I was obviously at home Story Cup as well, but for some fucking reason I had to get on a 5 a.m. shuttle. So it was like, the finals started like after midnight or something. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go get like 3 hours sleep or something because it was just
Yeah.
not gonna be fun otherwise. It's not like a long
No.
trip home either, so it's like one of them flights where you sleep for half an hour and it's like you land. It's like fuck. So
Whoa, is it really fucked or is it really a blessing? I take it more as a blessing.
well, yeah, okay. I mean, I'm not complaining about the short flight, right? But it just meant I had to go to sleep because I wasn't gonna sleep otherwise. So yeah, this time the Reaper doesn't die. That's a big benefit.
That's very important.
We finally see a Reaper that stays alive. This is our 4th TvZ, and we finally get one.
Yeah. Very important to not lose the first Reaper. I can tell you that much. Oh, he's flying the barrack.
Yeah, he's going for the Overlord kill for 2 Marines, so I mean that's pretty much a guarantee at this point. The Overlord gets pushed away.
Yeah.
Obviously, it takes away the building of a tech lab or so for a little while, and actually, because he
I
built
think
2
it might be a
Marines, it
reactor.
doesn't make a reactor. Yeah. Damn.
Is it
So
really worth it?
yeah,
I'm not sure.
very late Hellions in this situation.
Very late is an understatement.
Understatement. Non-existent Hellions.
The
Hellions-
Pretty much.
The Hellions show up and they try and kill drones. They can't because they actually just don't exist because they were that late. Like,
Yeah.
he is gonna go into
Yeah.
Hellions. I mean, you kind of need them just in case. Otherwise, you flood liggins across the map and it can get pretty dangerous pretty quickly. So
Yeah. My God, there's all kind of swapping going on. Now there's just a tech club sitting there. Is he gonna make attack? No, then he will have the barracks above the barracks factory.
yeah,
Maybe.
maybe Starport goes to the tech lab. Yeah,
But like,
he has like
Okay.
280 gas. It's
yeah,
quite a bit to work with.
quite a lot to work with it.
You just lose the Reaper now as well. God damn it. That's how late the Hellions were. The Reaper stayed alive, but it couldn't stay alive long enough.
Yeah. So he's floating a little meaner. He's making a raven.
It's a hell of a
Very
choice.
close like that. It's not should be confusing the tech lab on the wall. Like, why is it there?
well, I mean, he probably figured it out when the Hellions didn't show up for like 3 years, right?
Yeah. Oh, he's doing mech already.
Yeah, 2 more gases already coming down on the natural, so... I mean, I feel like if you play Acropolis, I feel mech is kind of the way to go.
I mean, you can play bio, but it's just gonna be very hard to win.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, you can play by, you can play whatever you want on any map, but some maps is going to be harder, right? So,
Yeah.
I've definitely seen people play bio here, but I've also seen people play bio, get into a really good position, and then just, like, try and end the game and you know, the Zerg just survives because it takes you like a minute to push across the map or something ridiculous, and then you're like trying to rally and you're getting counted. It's just awful, I think. So you have to get like, I feel like you almost have to get like very far ahead and some like then be able to kill, or you just have to be very ready to, even if you have a lead, say, okay, I'm just going late game. Like, I'm getting my ghosts, my liberators already, and just going from there.
Yeah, probably you're right about that. Again, the second gas so fast. Actually, this time 3 gas too. There's no using the one on the main. So fast.
Yeah, but a bit of a strange situation here from Snooters. Hellions and the Raven are getting rid of a couple creep tumors and just poking in towards the third. Snoot's getting a 4th base up to the left side as well, so kind of nice to slow that creep down. Ooh, actually comes to the right side as the creep tumors spread, so that's a really nice little catch for TaeJa.
Oh, nice. I like the usage of the Raven as well. And the Hellions to deny creeps. Very, very nice.
Yeah, really nice creep denial here from TaeJa, so this we actually saw it was a Snute versus Ufim where Snute just didn't get creep up, and you know, it just made the game trivial for Ufim almost from that point, right? Yeah. Well, actually, that was the game that went a bit crazy in the end, but like it was trivial until like Snute got some amazing connections with mainland, so it generally gives the Terran a lot of kind of time. I like this, by the way, the Raven just using the Order Turret to help take down these creep tumors and to like support the Hellions. It's really cute.
Yeah, it's really, really good move.
Yeah, I just
something to do with Raven.
Yeah, I haven't really seen that before. Like, I usually feel like if the Raven comes out, it just sort of like hangs there. And it's like eventually use an anti-armor missile when your push comes. So
you've never seen turrets to kill? No, it's very good.
Yeah,
very good.
I feel like it's just like out of the very few times you see the Raven, anyways, in TvZ, I guess. No.
So this is in a row of trouble, by the way. His army is shit to fight this.
Yeah, so many Hellions here, and I mean, he doesn't even have Bane speed, so the Banes are like waddling forwards in the most hopeless manner. Hellions actually split away to try and minimize some damage as well, and TaeJa's getting some very good trades in the early stages. I mean, this is before like Magfield and Blue Flame kicks in as well, so Snute obviously has to upgrade this army and get it to be something a little bit stronger, otherwise he's going to be in a lot of trouble in a little while, and still losing creep is going to give TaeJa so much control of this map.
Something I don't really understand is why they make the Magfield upgrade.
Why they make it what?
The upgrade for the cycles.
Ah, why did it take longer?
Why? No, why do they make it?
Oh, why did they make it?
Yeah.
I guess in this game it doesn't really make much difference, right? Like against Lingbane.
For the most part, almost there.
Do you think it's very good against like roaches?
Only if there's roaches. But,
yeah, I mean, there's roaches on the way now.
But like, I don't know, like they make it too quick. Is what I mean. But I guess it doesn't really.
They make it too quick. Yeah, okay, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. Like especially in this game, right? Like, there's very little need for it, but I guess at the same time, like infestors are coming out too, and you know maybe it makes a difference of getting the infestor kill versus just sneaking away. Perhaps.
Wait, the infestors are armored?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh. There's something new over it.
Boom.
Are you sure? They're about to come out. I'm about to call you wrong.
I'm about to find out. I'm gonna feel really dumb if though.
I think they are because for honest. Yeah.
Can't you see all the armor on them? They've got a really tough top.
They had a lot of attributes. Armored, biological, and Sion.
Crazy, man.
Oh, nice defense with about the Romba.
Yeah, Cyclone moved into position.
Very, very nice.
Very nicely done, as we see the Italians going to pick up a couple more of those Zerg lanes. Yeah, I think overall everything just being done very well by TaeJa so far this game, but Snute is getting to that point where his army is getting better against this, right? He's going to have the Infestors to fungal, he's getting Nero Parasites available too, so he's starting to get a bit more of an answer to this than he's had up until now, so that's where TaeJa has to be very careful with how he takes these fights.
TaeJa's help is like good, and his supply is also huge, and the Raven has the attack, so they still have the utility to stop the creep. Very, very nice. Good. Oh, nice turret zone. Sorry, now the enemy tries to fight, so he's gonna clean all the creep.
Yep.
Very, very.
Yeah, really pushes all that creep back right there. So it's going to try and sneak a 5th hatch down to the top side. This is going to be so difficult to get up without the creep in front of it, because TaeJa can just run straight up to it, lock on, and then it's basically dead at that point. Needs to be careful moving in here, though, because that's where the Infestors are. He does get a lock on, but he's already had to pull away. Snute transfused the Infestor as well, so good micro on both sides. Famous keep rolling forwards here, and TaeJa just kind of splits backwards, and now he's just going to be fighting against Roaches and Ravagers. I feel like that's actually not so bad for him. He has enough Cyclones left, so yeah, he can still trade here a little bit. Although Neural Parasite will come down in a couple of these Cyclones.
I look at the range. What the hell?
Yeah. Neural's pretty insane. He actually, I think, with the Neural Cyclone, tried to target down the Raven. That was a
that was a nice try.
yeah, nice attempt. Of a very kind of quirky situation, something you don't see very often. A bit of Liberator harass as well. These Liberators are such a cool way to harass.
TaeJa was looking good, but then after that attack, it's not looking so hot anymore.
Yeah, I actually kind of really believe that attack was going to go a little bit better, honestly. It felt like it started pretty well, but then it just kind of started to get overrun pretty quick out of nowhere. And right now, these Cyclones don't really have like Hellions to back them up against the Zerglings, so it's obviously not great. You kind of need something to get rid of those Lings. The Lings soak up so many lock-ons otherwise, and then you never really get to kill the Ravagers. So
yeah,
Snute is looking pretty good.
It is looking good.
I just think Snute got to that point where like his army's very good, like his army's set up correctly. It's what he wants to have. And then TaeJa just kind of ran into it as though there was no infestors or anything there, and kind of went very wrong very quickly at that point.
I'll give you TaeJa a little bit. Although command, so he cannot keep replenishing his army. Like he's gonna start adding Liberators very soon. Like he already got the upgrade operator. Oh no, he didn't get the upgrade, but he has the future for the upgrade. Man, he keeps stealing Cyclones and leaving it alive. The Cyclones do a little damage against each other.
Yeah. Yeah, they're actually like really good at killing other Cyclones, man. That armor tag.
With the upgrade. Yeah.
This is why you shouldn't get the upgrade.
There you go.
Yeah.
Like that keeps happening. If he keeps pushing another Cyclone, very nice control by Snute.
Well, we're going to be seeing the attempt to come through the right-hand side now. TaeJa is going to be in position. But even just knocking down this wall is something that TaeJa now has to rebuild, and Snute just rotates back out into the center. Behind all of this, Hive and the Spire on the way, so eventually adding Broodlords in is obviously something you're heading towards, and as more Liberators come up, the Corruptors in general are very good against those Liberators, because Hydras just actually aren't that great against Liberators once you get to a certain amount of them.
Yeah. Unless you can abduct them or something, yeah.
Yeah, obviously, like, if you can abduct them in, but there's just that point when Lib Range comes up, etc. It's just like, yeah, what are you going to do about that with Hydras? It's,
yeah.
It's like in TVP where it's like, at some point, you just can't fight Liberators with Stalkers, really. Like, you need something a bit more.
Really? I thought you were always beating.
Well, you know, theoretically, you know, back in the day. In the good old days. That's how it's meant to work anyways. UC Shanks are coming up as well. So TaeJa's kind of moving away from just pure Cyclone here. He's going to have a bit of a tank backline. I'll tell you what, TaeJa does have a bit of money in the bank as they both max out. Question has to how this next fight goes, because we'll see who has to kind of replenish more in their banks. As Neural Parasites right from the start are very good, but those tanks sieging up I think could be pretty deadly. Corrosive Bars are not really in good enough numbers. Yeah.
They do so much damage, man.
The Neural Parasites are actually insane.
Yeah.
Wow.
I did think he should even kill his own Cyclones. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. This is so tough because it's so difficult to target those infestors as well in this scenario. Like, there's nothing that like reaches over the rest of the army to target them down. I mean, there's not a lot left here for Snute, right? There's only low energy infestors and like 2 Ravagers and 2 Hydras with infested Terrans. This Planetary Fortress should survive. And maybe I spoke too soon.
No, Mule's repairing.
Yeah. He didn't have the mules repairing initially, but he repositioned them, so... Well, TaeJa kind of holds on. I mean, Snute did lose a lot as well.
Did you know mules repair faster than NCV, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mules are OP, man. You think people only complain about mules because of how fast they might? No, man. It's that repair power. It's insane.
I'm nice. I thought you wouldn't know.
Oh, these Hellions are going to dart around. I tell you, I mean, Snute's economy is not as great as TaeJa's, so a few Hellions picking off some drones like this is really painful. Suddenly he's below 60 workers. Oh my god, these infestors don't have anything they can add to help.
Not only that, he lost all his army attacking the other side of the map. I think you missed it, but he had like 20 Ravagers and like, I don't know, some Hydras, and he walked into the attack line that's in the 4 base, and everything died for him.
Well, that's why you're here to co-cast, because I had no idea. I was just going to assume Snute was... Yeah. I've been bad at observing, I tell you that. It's,
so he lost all his armor for free. I don't know. I think it's Snute. I don't know. So TaeJa just on sieges and go. It's gonna be a doozy.
I see another couple of Hellions gonna run by towards this base here again. Just another bunch of drones getting picked off. Man, yeah, Snute. I really thought when Snute was across the map fighting before, right? It was like looking pretty good. I kind of thought TaeJa was gonna die, but there just wasn't much left over for Snute. Obviously, losing a good chunk of your army after that's very painful.
Yeah, that's a huge mistake. Now he's trying to make rulers, but so little rounds because so many been dying, and TaeJa he's been losing all the fights, but he's been expanding, he's been making the star orbitals, he's been having the better economy game.
Yeah, TaeJa much stronger when it comes to being able to rebuild here and being able to just fight again and again. Snute basically has the army that he has right now, and then whatever his mineral mining is going to allow him to build, but TaeJa's maxed out already, building up a bank as well.
Yeah. Buying the next orbital, I mean the next phase.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 phase.
Yeah, I mean this is a point as well where Snute just can't deny bases. And once he can't deny bases, that Terran bank is going to become ridiculous really quickly.
Marching across the map is huge. This army is huge. The Snute army is basically peasants. It's a lot of liberators now, so it's going to be for counting to really stop it.
Actually, now the Liberators can like stop the neural parasites a lot as well, so these neural parasites are nowhere near as effective as before. A couple of nice battles on tanks, but there's so many tanks in the back lines as well. There's like one location where maybe like some battles could have killed like multiple tanks and libs at the same time, but it doesn't matter. TaeJa's already done good damage. He just needs something to kill a couple of these brute lords.
He's gonna turn around,
Yeah, he has enough Liberators.
There's literally 3 brutes.
Yeah, there's also like 2 corruptors as well, right? Like, usually you expect a little more when brood lords come out, but not this time. TaeJa is gonna find the game win to tie us up here 1-1. So it's a very good 4 base for Terran, and then it's very difficult for the Zerg to get past that sort of situation, and it's that combination which is just, I think, very good for the Terran here. So, alright, to the top left-hand side in this Liquid Showdown, our red Zerg player is Snute.
And in the bottom right, we have playing that game too, Liquid TaeJa.
Alright. So do you think he does play bio on this map, or do you think he tries to play mech again?
Well, considering how... Remember the bio? It was a stop.
Yeah.
So maybe not.
That is true. The bio game wasn't pretty, to say the least.
But
Definitely wasn't pretty.
this map is not bad for me.
Yeah, it's one of those nice maps where really kind of like anything goes.
Yeah. Anything. Available.
Hatch, gas, soon to be a pool from Snute. You're on the Thunderbird.
There you go.
I'm going to just quickly have a quick look through the rest of the bracket, see what's going on. So, the winner of this plays Hellraiser in the qualifying match.
Okay.
That should be pretty cool as well, actually. Bomber and Braddock are playing each other. The winner of that probably plays Petit Drogo, which is also a pretty cool little qualifying match. And on the rest of the bracket, it's going to be a ZVZ on the top. No one really cares about that. And on the bottom, Massa or Ziggy is going to play True for a qualifying match. I kind of feel like, I kind of feel like Massa might be the favorite down there. Not sure how good True is at the minute.
Yeah, probably.
Did True
We shall see.
True didn't make it a GSL, right? Or did he?
No, he lost. The
Yeah.
moment.
Damn.
Yeah, it was shit. I was watching from behind. Not happy.
Not pretty.
Not pretty.
So yeah.
Throwing unlosable game too.
An unlosable game. That feels like
Yeah.
True. It's like, you know what, I'm in such a good position and I'm just gonna like try to send 60 roaches into a choke and oh. What? You didn't die? Yeah. Alright, well yeah. Actually, kinda cool to see the playlist kinda lining up for ASUS ROG. It looks like it's gonna be like a fun mix, like it's not gonna be overly kind of filled with Koreans, and it's gonna be a good amount of strong foreigners there, so Should be
Well, as I said, the price is too small for small screens.
Yeah.
to play.
yeah. It's not going to be like any sort of IEM kind of Vitsa, right? But I think it's
Yeah.
I think it's a nice little something. You know, I think it's going to be a fun weekend of StarCraft.
Yeah, for sure.
Factory, you're going to swap over to the reactor. Barracks moves away. Starport drops down. So TaeJa with a very fast free CC this game. Was on 1 gas for a long time. So just playing super greedy, which obviously on Thunderbird you can completely get away with because it's a 1-ramp defense into all 3 bases.
Yeah, pretty much. So we'll see standard normal game by Snute apparently. The Link side to catch a repair bot. Like, okay. And you think he will make a Banshee for safety or?
I would imagine so, because I feel like even on this map, like a Banshee is so nice, but he starts a Viking without any sort of swap over, so maybe just goes straight to Stem. Maybe just doesn't feel like that's kind of what Snute would do here on this kind of map, because it is the kind of map where Snute just kind of likes to play like a long game right away, I think, so.
Yeah. Oh my god, he's flying the CC or what? I don't know.
Is he trying to hide it from this Overlord Scout?
Oh.
So a little bit sneaky, because obviously the Overlord goes down pretty soon with the Marine and then the Viking. So then you, kept a little bit in the dark as Snute as he tries to come forwards. What does he get to see? Doesn't even get to see Stim starting on the barracks, so he is really in the dark.
He sees the Viking, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, do you think the timing of the Viking is enough for him to tell kind of maybe what's
No,
up?
it's very hard.
Very hard,
It's very hard.
So yeah, very good denial of scouting here from TaeJa. And obviously, I mean, this CC flying away a little bit, it's actually still kind of close to where you want to take the 3rd base, right? So it's not even that bad. Obviously, it's a little bit of wasted time. But
No, that was a good play.
Yeah.
That was a good play.
Absolutely. Once it goes up into the lair, once again, pretty typical timing from what we've seen, and again, he's going to have the double gas rolling, and yeah, see what he does with it. What do you think the strongest style on this map? Like from the Zerg, do you think you like to see mutas? Do you like to see hydras?
I think everything works fine, honestly. It just depends the place, the Zerg skill set on what he likes and what he likes.
Literally the anything map for every race. Do what you want.
I think it's honestly most true for almost every map. You can play anything.
Yeah. Well, for the moment, Snute will just start up that Baneling speed. Obviously, we have seen him choose to play Hydras once a day, but again, still wasn't quite on. I wasn't quite behind the Hydra choice just because the Infestation pick came at the same time. I mean, it worked out, but he didn't even make a Hydra in the way that it worked out.
So, Hydra.
Yeah,
he was mainly there.
There's actually such a crazy way to win the game as well, right? Like, you make a Hydra Den and an Infestation pit, you build Hive, you get the Hydra upgrades, and you just win with the Ling Bane alone still. Like, feels like that's kind of like how much he stumped TaeJa in that game number 1. It's really quite ridiculous. Getting that burrow again, completely
again, like if it's not broken, don't fix it, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, if it works, it works. I like this burrow though from Snute. I mean, it worked so well in that first game. It's really got a lot of potential. And that's TaeJa. I mean, the one thing that we could maybe say is that maybe TaeJa plays a lot more careful against potential burrowed Banelings this time around.
Not only that, he's playing tank this game too, so.
Yep.
The 4 medevac timing is gonna be a little bit stronger. It's gonna be maybe with 2 tanks. It lines up correctly.
Yeah.
And behind those rocks will be quite annoying. Oh, actually, it's taking care of the rocks.
Yep, already taking those down, so making sure the push towards the 4th base is going to be super strong. Nice creep denial from TaeJa, though, again, getting a good amount of tumors here already, and honestly, the queens aren't that kind of high on energy, so you can replace a line of tumors, but not too often.
He lost 8 Marines, so
it's painful.
This is why you need a steam pump. You will have the combat shield now, and you have lost them.
Yep.
But, that's one of the things why I really want the steam buff. It will make stuff like this so much less punishable, like more playable.
Yeah, that's
right now, if one Baneling hits the Marines by the time you do medevac, it's like, okay, you lose the game, basically.
Yeah. It's, I feel like it's a lot of the subtleties here rather than the larger problems that everyone keeps bringing up.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go with this little bit of a push coming across. Obviously, again, the rocks are down. TaeJa's going to use that as kind of a pushing direction, but obviously Snute's just happy not to have tanks firing over the rocks, so As he continues to just play purely into Ling Bane. Is TaeJa sticking around here a bit too long, or do you think he's okay to trade if Snute runs up this ramp?
He's so creep and has a tank in a really annoying position and has no help. I think if Snute tries to spray, it's gonna be so inefficient. And now he's reinforcing. I think it's okay.
Yep, them reinforcements coming across. The first little wave of Ling Bane comes through. Nothing too crazy there. A couple of connections on a couple Marines, but again, nothing that kind of takes this overboard. Is again just nice little stims forwards from TaeJa, just a few units at a time, and pulling back, kind of baiting Snute to lose some units. Snute is setting up a flank from the bottom left side, so he kind of wants to go into this. Wow, it's so disjointed as well.
Yeah.
Came in at the wrong timing, basically, already.
Ling Bane, not that powerful. It's not good. Ling Bane strides when you can run by or stuff like that.
Yeah. It's, I mean, what are you going to do to run by on this map? It's like, this third base is literally protected by reinforcements.
Yeah.
Borrowed Bane lanes. Oh my god. Yeah, they're a little bit too far to the side. It's a little unfortunate for Snute. Kind of feels like he needs some Bane lane connections, otherwise he's probably not going to be able to do much. Yeah.
Gonna be able to get it. Or it's not, they just need to right away.
Yeah, Tifa gets raised. There's going to be like 2 Bane lanes that make it in. 1 Bane lane gets killed by the Marauder. Yeah. Really good defense again by TaeJa. And it's again just very weak map to run by on, because just reinforcements running out the front are already going to give you that pre-warning. There's only so many ways those units can come in. TaeJa just getting blocked from the 4th base by a couple burrowed Zerglings, but once he gets that down, I mean, what a position he's in here. Just so many tanks in the center as well, right? This position now for him is so deadly, and he's going to just chip away at that 4th base, and Snute can't really do anything about it.
He decides to sack it, he's not even going to try to contest it. And meanwhile, he's doing like a huge run by. Lots of Banes, lots of Lings.
Yeah, TaeJa has just recently reinforced, I think, because he doesn't have much at home, so this will probably pull TaeJa's army back. It's one of those run-bys where it's better just to run back and to deal with this rather than just letting it deal, ridiculous endless damage while you wait for reinforcements, because there's a lot of Banelings coming in with this right now, so nice decision to pull back, and he gets back here so quickly as well. Few Banes make it to the 3rd base, TaeJa pulling away. Man, this was actually really minimal damage.
Yeah, then it is.
Yeah. For how many Lings and Banes? It's really
but
a lot.
At least he pulled everything, so now he can take map control again, so it's not that terrible.
Yeah, that is one of the benefits for Snute. With the map control, he is going to establish burrowed Banes around the map as well, which again just means that TaeJa has to be extremely careful when he's moving around the map. Otherwise, he's going to lose his army in one little detonation, and that is the opposite of what you want to have happen.
This run by could be massive. Because if this happens, and TaeJa's army is really out of position, and he has no tanks, no nothing.
Yep. We'll see these Zerglings and Banelings coming through the top side. The tank siege up in the bio. Already pulling back quite a bit here.
The run by.
Yeah, it's the run by that's going to be the real kind of danger for TaeJa, but even still, I feel like he's cleaned up a lot of the initial parts of it okay. Like, there's a lot of Banes left, but at the same time, TaeJa's going to kill the 4th base again. Okay, gets a nice amount of SCVs on the side.
Yeah. Like, it's not... Snute has no hive. I would believe he's got a hive. He can make some Vipers.
Yeah.
And then...
Well, it feels like he should have a hive, right? Because he's been playing Ling Bane. Yeah. It's like 12 minutes in game. It's not like the hive's on the way either. Like, he just started the infestation pit. It's
yeah, he had a hive. I would believe in this game, but...
Yeah, it's very tough because this army is just going to be very difficult to ever clean up now. And I mean, you can run by across the map as much as you want, but TaeJa's army is still just going to keep breaking down your bases. It's looking very good for TaeJa here. Is going to come in from the 2 angles to try and defend this, but man, these Zerglings that run in on their own are just getting massacred, and the tank fire on the initial Banelings as well was very good, and there is just so much left for TaeJa here. He is going to absolutely overwhelm Snute, and he will come back 2-1. Felt like a very different TaeJa.